Hi, everybody, and welcome to Forward Motion. I'm Karen Allen. A very interesting, sad, but yet positive, in the end, topic today. I've got a first-time author, Magdalene D'Souza, joining us today. She has self-published a book that I actually think is really necessary. The tragic side is that she lost her brother to suicide 10 years ago in November of 2001, and he was just 18 years old, and she was just a college student herself. But if any of you have lost anyone to suicide or have come close, somebody who has tried suicide, your loved one, your relative, your friend, it's more common than you think, actually. This book might help you because one of the few things I think we've heard about is the impact of siblings. And her brother, her beloved brother, and her only brother was also her best friend. So she thought that it might help others whose siblings have also been lost to suicide if she wrote a book about it. And the book is called Forgotten Mourners. The Forgotten Mourners, I should say, Sibling Survivors of Suicide. And down the bottom of the book, it's by John's sister. We know, of course, that it's Magda D'Souza who wrote it. And I was touched when I read the book, and even though no one in my immediate family has committed suicide, there's so much anxiety and depression in the world, and there's so many people suffering from mental illness that we don't know who and when and how and why and where and what stages of mental illness, as in her brother's case, that they may suddenly take their lives. And when we could be struck ourselves by our loved one taking their own, God forbid, taking his or her own life. So I commend you and admire this book greatly that you even had the wherewithal to do this, and I know it took a while, but thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
It must be so hard to share this story, Magda.
People have told me they're surprised how well I can talk about it. It has been actually almost 12 years now. The book was published at 10 years. And sometimes it's easier than others. I have been doing a lot of book festivals recently, and sometimes I have someone who'll come up whose story really touches me and we both end up in tears, and other times I can sit here and talk to you like I'm talking right now and be completely fine. So we'll see how this segment goes.
Right, right. Well, it's okay because it is what it is, and no matter how many years go by, if you've lost anyone in your life, it still hurts no matter how old they are, how close you were. If it's your family member, especially a sibling, a mom, a dad, it's just unspoken lack of closure, whatever.
Absolutely.
It never goes away.
Yes.
Time may soften or whatever, but as Dr. Phil once said, time is just time. Sometimes it doesn't do anything.
Well, I think you probably recall there's a quote in my book that I heard from somebody that says, grief is like a boulder on your shoulders. It never goes away, but as time goes on, you get stronger and you can carry the weight of that boulder.
I think that is
wonderful. And I really feel that that's a beautiful way to express it, because you don't want to feel like the grief has left, because that almost feels like the person has left, but you just learn how to become stronger with it and how to hold it and how to deal with it.
When this happened, your brother, Tell first of all, let's share with folks what happened and how you found out, because that
Sure.
in itself is such a terrible shock, as it is for so many people.
Absolutely. Well, my brother was a freshman in college, first year, and I was a senior actually in college at the time. And I remember it was a Friday morning. We had actually just spoken the night before, Thursday night. And he called me. This is in my book, but I had actually broken up with my boyfriend, so he called right when we had broken up, and I was all upset. And he was saying, "Do you want me to come down there and kick his butt for you, and I'll take care of it?" And I said, No, don't worry about it. I got it. I'll be all right." And he's like, "All right, well, I'm here for you. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow." And tomorrow never came.